put my blue color. If you have darker than this blue, that's fine as well. You can make a little lighter tone with mixing with a little white. So the green color, it depends which green you have. Actually, I have this green, it's a hooker green, and I have chrome oxide green. And you see that this is a little darker, this is a little lighter. The value of green, we make it dark by black, we make it light by white color, or sometimes yellow color, doesn't matter. Any green you have would be great. I use hooker green, and even for make our green a little lighter, I take a little yellow. And which color? Oh, this green is a little bit darker than hooker green. So I need just a bit black to help my green a little bit move toward darkness. So just a bit black. And purple color. If you have a purple, so you can directly use purple. If you don't have, you can mix your blue with a rose color or alizarin, permanent rose, or red rose. Any rose color, family of rose, mix with the blue and white, give you this purple. So I just need to mix some green color. I have these colors ready on my palette. So I have hooker green. I take a little bit. I want to reach this darker tone. A little bit black, just a bit. Mix with my green and see what happens. I don't want to have a huge change because of that. Little by little, I mix my color to move toward darker tone. Now I think I'm happy with the green. It's dark and enough for the landscape. Clean your brush or palette knife. Then I want lighter value because this is a little warm and my green is not like that. So I take my yellow, more yellow because yellow is so light, and with green it can change very much. So we need more yellow, very less green. So I start with the dark color and apply this dark color here. For now, I don't go through more details like texture. I just separate this space with this dark tone. And then I move on toward the light value, which is this one that I mix by light color. I can add something like that. Similar the shape of bushes. Actually, if you're interested to make some texture, you can take heavy paint like this. This is a heavy paint on my brush. And I try to apply on the surface and try not to help it fade. Just leave it like that. And when you see from angle, you will see the texture that you make. And in between, you can take a little bit hooker green, pure green, and bring some dark tone in between. If you like to have actually the texture, if not, you can make a little bit flat. just move your brush on surface and make it flat. But I love the texture. Because of that, I don't fade it. I try to help this bushes a little bit, just heavy paint, and I move toward down. For now, I try not to see the flowers. I just go with the green color, make that, and then on top I will add the flowers. So when I move a little bit here, I see this is a little darker tone. So I bring my hooker green, which is darker. It's not dark like this darkness that we mix with the black, and it's not light like this one. So it's something in middle. It's mid-tone color. So I take my brush with heavy paint like that and apply on my surface to cover it. I know between this darkness and the lightness, it should be a little lighter tone. So I give this part a little light. I move on like that to the center. And then I prefer to finish the green color and then move on the blue. I can use this green, which is lighter, or any green that you have. You can switch another green actually if you have. Different tone, always lovely. So I just go with different brush stroke, left to right, and you can move your stroke to shape your bushes on distance. I go with this green now. And then in between, I take my yellowy green and add some tone in between lighter green with this yellowy green. And here is a little darker. So again, I will back hooker green because the pure hooker green is darker than this value I make. So I make my distance with 3 or even 4 different value of my green color. If you have just one, you can make variety value. Like if you make the chart with black and white and work with the value of the dark, actually black is dark, and make it light by different amount of white, you can make the tone of the gray color. And you can do the same for all the colors that you have. For example, I have this green color. I make with black, make it dark. With yellow, make it lighter. If you want to have something in between, you need add more yellow and make something in between. Or even if you want to have dark, lighter than this value, you can add a little white into yellow and green and make the tone lighter than this. So with any color you have, you can make different value and use the variety of value, which is so lovely. So play with your brush stroke from left to right, move it like that. You see, I move it like left like this and right like that. I play with my stroke to shape the landscape. And now I can add a little bit bluey color here on top and then the lighter value on the bottom part. So I make this bluey green, this one that I mix my green with a little blue. So I add between my green, same brush stroke toward the left and right. And even if it's mixed with my green color would be great because it gives me nice result. I move it like that, but I see here should be darker. It's not really light like that. So I move into my darkness here. Or even I can switch to my darker blue. Same as green, you don't have to just focus on one green color or one blue. I have ultramarine blue, which is darker. This one would be interesting to have a little bit ultramarine. I take some ultramarine blue here, just a tiny bit green to mix. That would be nice color for this part, exactly match with the color that we want. A little bit. Or even if you don't have ultramarine, you can use cobalt. Cobalt is good too. Like that. I just add some stroke to reach this value. And then I move a little dark color here. I can use this dark tone that I mix with black. Yeah, it's more interesting. Another tone. And then for this section, which is the part that we add our flowers, I will go with the light tone, these three color. This one that I mix with yellow, the blue that I mix with green, and another green if you have. If not, just these two would be enough. Tiny stroke because it's for flower. And it's on the stance. I just add a little bit here. Switch another color like the bluey green. Small stroke I try to add on top. You see, just randomly I try to make the landscape more interesting with different colors. A little bit bluey. And now it's wet. I don't want to add the flowers right now. But when I make it a little bigger, you see it shows that the dark color, like a grass, come on top. So I clean my brush. Again, back to my really dark green color, I mix with the black. I try to add some stroke like the grass. It's on further, it shouldn't be really visible like this one in front. Just a tiny stroke would be nice to bring. A little bit mix more. I just form it in a tiny bit, not much. Because if you work a lot on the stance, you help it move forward, and we don't want that. And I have yellow and I have purple. I start with yellow color. I use pure yellow color. I don't want to mix with any color like white or anything. And I take heavy paint because I'm not sure all this green is completely dry. Because of that, I take heavy paint and tiny stroke I add somewhere on top. Even if the green color be a little bit wet, that would be fine. Can mix my yellow color and give me nice result. Nothing happened. It's fine. Heavy paint, and I don't add my brush stroke like that. I take my hand like this from side. I try to make some like a flat shape. fill our top. With heavy texture, we will make the flowers, but this time it's a little bit more circly. It's the same, just the brush stroke. We are not able to see the details of flower. It's just with the brush stroke. The feeling is visible, but we don't need to go like a little like a line. We can make it some circly shape randomly, but we will add heavy paint because the first layers is already wet. That's fine actually. It's okay to mix with a little green. Because of that, I take heavy paint and I need just a bit yellow color mixed with my background, which is green already, and they mix together and give me nice result. But very gently, with very less pressure, I help my yellow color sit on top. I add some purple color here in between yellow. It's like fancy flowers, so they have lots of purple and yellow, which is so nice. But for any color, if I want to help it sit on top, I try to add more heavy paint and very gently touch my surface. I would like to add some purple here too. I know that here should be lighter than this value I make. We need some light color to bring, but I prefer to finish the river first and then add some stroke with a light tone here as a grass to make it more. I start from here, a little bit of space. Just cover my surface with light blue. I will bring the green color, but for now I prefer to start with the blue and then I will back and make another tone with green, with pink, with dark green, sorry, light blue, something like that. It's more easy to have more heavy paint. Because of that, I prefer to go with light color first, cover it, and then in between, for example, here I bring pink color. And from top to bottom, like that. And you see it's a little dark, it has a tone. So I need white color to help it fade. Even you can add some like that. Yeah, between the blue, we need some light tone. It's really light and it's not very much visible. Especially when center is more lighter pink. I hope the light pink is visible. Yeah, here you can see it's lighter pink. And it's already, the blue is wet. I start from top to bottom because I want to show it's the reflection. And I wet the brush a little bit more and I take my lighter green color. This is the one that shows the reflection. I try to add here in my blue. Just the connection between the grass and the water is green. And the edges is a little bit wet, so it can mix with my blue color. Even you can add a little water in your brush and help this line disappear. Help both color mix together. When you bring the wet brush on a wet surface, it's really happen like that. If you have light tone, would be great to mix with because our dark blue is not like that really dark. We need to mix with the white and this light tone. The feeling is a little bit darker than that. And then I add just a bit water in my brush. And from bottom, move toward top like this. And try to add dark blue into my lighter tone. And play with your stroke. But the important thing is when you see it move very hard in your brush because it should be totally light. So bring your watery brush, add much more water in your brush and then very gently and smooth. Start from here and bring your brush stroke toward top. I think we don't need it on the center. And here I need more, a little bit. Even on both sides, left and right, we need to add more bluey color. So I use my stroke there. Like that. And the water helped my brush to move it very nice and easily. just a black. I start here, it's one small branch, it will comes here, the tiny bit here, narrow line here, and they are with the broken shape, it's connect to each other like that. Or if you're comfortable with round brush, you can start working with round brush. And then they connect to each other and move like this side of my surface. Okay, the rest, I see one part is on top here. It's on darkness, it's not really visible, but it will come on top like that. And then it's moved down just a bit more thicker here. And after that, there is a bunch of, it's like the shape of leaves, some trees like that. I don't know exactly the name of this tree. I start with dark color. I add, it's like from left, right, left, right, left, right, and a tiny bit stroke. I start with dark tone and then add the light color on top. It's not really thick, it's narrow, but divided into two color, light and dark. Even the other one in here. If you see the background is a little dark, you can add some light color anytime on top. Because it's happened in acrylic most of the time, when you finish your painting and it gets dry completely, you will see that your colors move toward the darkness. And it's normal in acrylic, then you need to add it just a bit tone on top.